Hello, my friends. So we are doing a fully unedited video today because I just want to chat. And in typical Ashley fashion, I might ramble, and that just might be the case, or there's an interruption, or one of other millions of things might happen because it's not edited. But I just have something on my mind, and I feel like, I don't know about you, this might just be a me thing, but when I have something that's on my mind that's like continuously pushing, like a topic that just continuously pops in my head week after week, I feel like it's because I need to talk about it in some way. So here I am. And, I've talked a little bit about a lot of these things going on in my head, with my mom and with my husband and my daughter and friends and stuff, and little bits that are like relevant to each person so that they can kind of like, I don't know, listen, guide me through it, whatever. But this one's different, I think. And I think it's because I have a really hard time articulating it. And I think it's because I think that I'm alone. And I know that's impossible. Like, the logic side of me knows that that's impossible. Like, if you're having thoughts, there's somebody else in the world that are having those same thoughts. Like, you're not a singled out one person that's thinking like that, But also, it doesn't feel possible. So look, I'm a mama, and I have been a stay-at-home mom for like almost 20 years, I think. Realistically, like almost 20 years or so. And I'm 40 years old, and I have 3 kids, and I have a granddaughter who's getting closer to 1. She's 10 months old. And my entire identity has been a mom and a wife. And that's been my identity. And not even because like I'm so busy doing it, but because that's how I wanted it. Like, I purposefully made it that way. I know that a lot of people and a lot of women feel this way, but I don't feel, and like I said, I do feel like I'm wrong in this. But I don't feel like a lot of women purposefully have made it their mission or made it their entire identity. I think a lot of times it just happens that way, right? Like, a lot of women become the stay-at-home mom, or whatever you want to call it, the primary caregiver. And that just ultimately becomes them, right? And then they kind of get these same feelings that I'm feeling, where I'm kind of trying to like find myself, like, who's Ashley outside of that? And there's a lot of weird feelings that come with that question, because it's like, I feel guilty for even having that thought. And then I have the other side of me that's like, why do you feel guilty? You're literally a human being, and you're allowed to have these thoughts. You're allowed to be like your own individual person, and also be those things, right? And so I think that's just kind of where like I'm fighting myself. So don't take this video as like motivation or inspiration. I'm literally just like venting. So hopefully I don't make your situation worse. I do feel that I've gotten some clarity, but I think for a while now I have felt that the feelings that I've had and the things that keep coming up, I have felt were something else. And so my clarity has come with that. It's come with my identity. Who am I? Who are you? And that's a really interesting and layered, mildly frustrating question, because for some reason there's guilt attached to that. And, who knows, maybe it's like unhealed childhood trauma or something. I don't know. But there's just guilt with it. And I really need to not necessarily get over it, but like move through this, also maybe it's like a midlife thing, though I don't like to think of 40 as midlife because I plan to live till 104. I've been saying that since I could speak. So it's really not midlife for me, but like maybe it's a 40-year-old thing. Though I turned 40 and like I didn't freak out. Like it wasn't a big deal to me. It's just like whatever. But maybe reflecting on your life and all of that, maybe that is something that really does happen around this time for women or just people in general. I don't know. Let me know if you're in my realm. Or maybe it just comes with like experience. But basically, from as little as I can remember, I wanted to be a mother. And not like wanted to be a mom, like I was like trying to have babies or something, but like I just knew that was my purpose. Like I was meant to be a mother. I was meant to be a mom. And I'm a very nurturing person. And I just knew that it would be something that I would be great at and that I would love it. And I don't know, I just had this big goal and this dream of building this beautiful family. And I have done that. And it's literally amazing. Like if I did absolutely nothing else in my entire life and all I did was nurture these babies and my grandchildren and had this beautiful environment and was an amazing wife and just thoroughly loved my people and relished in that and loved them. I mean, how could that not be a beautiful life, right? And so on one end, I have that feeling of like, that's enough. Like, there's nothing wrong with that being who you are, right? But then there's that other side of me, you guys. There's that other side of me. And maybe it's my red personality, if you know what that is. Maybe it's the Aries in me. But it's like 8 times out of 10, it is enough. But those 2 times when it's not enough, it's so not enough. Like to the point where I am judgmental of myself. I feel like I've wasted time. I'm like resentful and angry over circumstance, and it's really projected outwardly negatively sometimes. But ultimately, I'm mostly hard on myself, and I end up feeling like I have failed myself, not other people, but myself. And which is crazy, because if you knew anything about me, or if you do know anything about me, I'm kind of like overachiever, go-getter, perfectionist. I'm one of those annoying people. So it's like, girl, you're doing fine, But I think it's because when I got my graphic design degree, and I got it because I wanted to have something to do when all the kids were in school. And so I was doing school when my boys were toddlers and my daughter was in school. And so now I have this business that I have built, and I have this YouTube channel that I've built, and I have these streams of income that I've built, and my online presence, and I have all of that. But you know what happened? This is so dumb. I Googled me. And I mean, this sounds like so yucky. Like, this is like, maybe it's an ego thing too. I don't know. Anyway, like I Googled myself and nothing pops up. I'm embarrassing myself. This is going to go on the internet like forever. Whatever. I don't care. I Googled myself and there's nothing there. And I don't even know why I Googled myself. I don't even know why I thought there would be something there. It's like, duh. And then I Googled my business name, and then some things popped up, and they were all like my old designs. Like if you're a designer, then you know what I mean. It's all like my old stuff. and that I'm like super not proud of because that's like where I started and not where I am now. But I've spent so much time mentoring and like helping other people get to where they want to be that I've just kind of stopped doing my own thing, like art wise and design wise. And it's even hard to call myself a graphic designer now or an artist because I haven't really been practicing that for almost 2 years now. Oh my God. What a gut-wrenching realization on camera. Wow. But yeah, sure, I've made like designs here and there to keep up on things and to make sure that like I understand how things are going and like how things work. But ultimately it's like I haven't really like ran my Etsy shop in like 2 years. I haven't like really created something new and amazing, like from my hands, pen to paper, or in my case, Apple Pencil to Procreate, or haven't really done anything from my brain to create something of my own in like 2 years, regularly, that is. I've done it here and there to like be relevant enough, but not to like fulfill a passion or like anything like that. Like I just haven't. I have ended up focusing my time, on being a mom, being a Grammy, being a daughter and a mom, or I already said mom, and a wife and a sister, and being everything I can for everyone else. And the realization, and a mentor, obviously, to you guys and to other people, and the realization that I haven't done anything for me, like for Ashley, in like 2 years. That's weird. That's really weird. A lot of the things I've done that I felt like in the moment was for me were like things for this channel or things for the other jobs that I do. But they weren't like my passion, right? And my passion has always been like doodling and drawing and just like, I know there's people out there who can like get lost in a book, right? And that's like your thing. That's like your zen, your thing. Like when you get time, that's what you want to do, right? Mine has always been doodling, drawing, playing around like that. That's always been mine. I'm not a reader. I am dyslexic. I struggle with reading. It's like a thing I struggle with. I keep doing this. Sorry, I don't know. I'm fidgety. I have a really hard time with reading comprehension. So unless I annotate an entire book, it's just a lot for me. So I've just always, since I was a young girl, doodled. And I mean, everything and anything, literally. And so that's just always been like my escape and my thing that I've done, that and animals, just being around animals. And quite honestly, I've neglected both of those passions. And I don't know, like, I don't know when that happened, you know? But I think if I like reflect on that, I think it's just a natural progression, kind of like what I talked about before. Like, I think we as women and moms especially, we just get into a routine of like fulfilling, right? See a need, fill a need is what my mom always said. And, we get in this routine of making the others, or the people around us who we love and we care for, making sure that they have the best life, the best day, the best minute, the best everything, right? The best experience. Like, I get so much joy in caring for my loves. Like, I could cry about it if I think about it too much. And I would never, like, if I could go back in time, I don't even think I would change it, in all honesty, because like the little humans that I have created, I mean, my daughter inspires me every 5 seconds of the day. And my granddaughter, who is quite literal perfection. Like, I wish I could just show you her, but not really into that. But like, I wish you could just see like how literally, like, just picture the most perfect baby you've ever seen in your life, and that's Littlefoot. But I'm so amazed and I'm so proud of the humans that they are. And I'm so incredibly proud of the rock solid marriage that I have. And I'm just really, really proud and in love with all of the relationships that I have, that I don't think I would change anything. So maybe that's what I need to realize, is that like, I didn't do anything wrong, right? You guys didn't do anything wrong. It's just that maybe now is the time, maybe 40, maybe earlier though, if you're in this thing and you're not 40 and you're younger, but maybe now is the time that like, you have done all of that. Like, look at what you've built. Like, look what I've built. Like, I've built some amazing things around me. And since I did that, I kind of like laid the groundwork for the ability to maybe take a step back a little bit from those things. Not a lot, because let's face it, I am me. But maybe I need to tell myself that I am now the one that needs to be nurtured and cared for, in that same way. Like, I feel like I need a me for me, and that's so weird, because it's not like I don't have a support system. I mean, like, literally everyone around me is like constantly cheering me on and super supportive and all the things, but I just get in my head. I feel like I just get in my head about it. It's like, here's what it is. 100%, like, this is going to sound so dumb. Maybe some of you will get it. 100%, a whole pie, right? A whole pie, 100%. I don't want to say that I'm a 50% mom and wife, so that I can use the other 50% on growing myself as an artist and as a business for my passion. And it's not physically possible to just turn one pie into two and give 100% to both. So that's the ticket. There's the realization right there, is that how do you scoot one over? How do you make it to where you can have enough room in the pie for everything? I guess that's my hardest part right there. That's it. That's it right there. See, I told you this wasn't going to be one of those like inspirational things because I still don't have an answer, I don't want to give up all the things. I don't want to give up creating myself as a brand. That's what I really want, if I'm being honest. I want my art, I want to be a brand. I want to like Google Ashley Osborne and maybe a little more, because my name's pretty, basic. There's probably more of me. But I want to be able to Google myself and see a reflection of who I am and what I'm passionate about. And the reason I want that is because I am on the internet. Now, I don't just want that out of like ego, right? Like, but I am on the internet. I am on here, and I do sell online, and I'm already a presence online. So since I'm a presence online, I think I'm ready to be in the front of it. For the longest time, I just wanted to be the person in the background, and overall, my reason for that was because I wanted to keep my home life, being a mom, a wife, and all of that. I wanted that to be my main priority. And I felt that if I was the brand, that it would be too hard to step back. It would be too hard to, I don't know. I felt like I couldn't do it. Like, maybe I just wasn't ready, but I felt like there wasn't room for both. And now I still have that feeling that there's not room for both. But now I need there to be room for both because I'm ready, like I'm ready for my business to not necessarily be Last Frontier Design Co., which is just a company name that could be for anything. I want it to be my name. Like I'm ready to brand myself as me and have people know who I am and what I'm passionate about because I'm already on here, like, I don't know. It's a really big one for me. I think a lot of it came to a head because I get emails every day now. That sounds really like, I don't want to say the word cringy, but I can't think of another word. It sounds gross. It sounds like conceited or something, but if you're a YouTuber, or if you get on YouTube, or if you basically do anything even mildly successful on social media in any way, you know what I'm talking about. But you start getting emails and a lot of companies will reach out to you. Some of them are great companies and then some of them are companies that you've never heard of before. But they start reaching out to you and, you get some that are like, oh, I love your personality. I love your videos. Like we want to work with you. We want it to, stay just like you and blah, blah, blah. And we want you, right? But most of them, 90% of them don't. They just want your platform. Okay. And like, that makes sense. They just want your audience. They just want your platform. And like, the more emails I got like that, the more I was like, just feeling like a number. Like I was feeling like, ugh, and I wanted to be like, I don't know. It just started really like bothering me that, and then I would be thinking about like, I would run it by my husband and be like, what do you think about this company? And he's like, yeah, that looks good. And I'm like, okay, well, it's like $500 or whatever, or it's like $250, or hey, they're wanting to pay me $600 for a sponsorship or, whatever. And it's like, you start to lose sight of the reasons why you started in the first place. And you just don't feel like you anymore. And that's kind of, that played a part in it. And then I started, seeing some other designers, people who are kind of in my space, maybe like MySpace, or like MySpace adjacent. They're somewhat in the same like realm as me. And they have actually branded themselves, not like the way I've done it. And can I just tell you, like, I rarely get jealous. Jealousy is just not something that's really in me. It's just, I can name on like one hand the amount of times I have felt jealous in my whole lifetime. But boy, did I get jealous. And even like a little judgy and, dare I say, a little bit of a bitchy like thing going on in my head. And I was like, I can do that. I mean, I do that. Like, this is what I'm saying, like, in my head, which, again, like, cringy, gross, ew, shut up, you're dumb. But, like, I started feeling that way. And so reflecting on that and my feelings towards that and realizing, like, girl, this isn't you. You don't feel this way. This is not the person you are. And it's genuinely not. Like, if you really know me, and you know that, like, that's not me. I'm like a girl's girl, okay? I'm like hyping everyone up. I see you winning, I'm cheering. I'm at the top of the hill, handing out water type of friend or person. And I'm like, I haven't been feeling like that inside myself, which, can I just say, jealousy, it just eats at you and eats at you and eats at you. And so just like reflecting on those things made me kind of bring all of this together. I know this video is getting kind of weird or very layered, but whatever. But if you're still watching, it's like, I guess dealing with all the emails coming in, I started feeling like, this isn't me. What? I want to be doing stuff like this. This is this is what I want to be doing over here, and yet I'm doing this over. Why am I doing that? You know? And so I've been like reflecting and trying to figure that out. And so I am going to be branding myself. This channel is staying the same, but I'm sure you've already noticed some of like the branding and the colors and stuff like that be changing. It's going to be matching my personal brand, just so things can stay more cohesive as I grow. And I'm super excited and super proud of that. But then there's that other side of me that says, wait, though, you're a mom. Wait, you're a wife. You got to make dinner. Like, you got a kid to take to Lego robotics. You got another kid that's on robotics competition. He's got to go to orchestra. Littlefoot needs this, or Kendall could use some support here, or, you know, you haven't been on a date in a while and you need to nurture that. And oh, by the way, the house is a mess, and your yard, it could be better. You should work on that. And when's the last time you did this or that, or, you know, and then it's like, okay, is it feasible? Is it something? And like, what's so stupid is that like when I see a boss babe, like when I see a woman out there work, like I have a friend, oh my God, 40 hours a week. She's got twins and she's got some other kids. I mean, she's got 6 kids. Okay. And she's working full time and she's a single mom. And I think she's fucking amazing. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I could never. Like, you are incredible. I don't think that she's a 50% mom and a 50% employee. But yet when I think about myself, I do think that way. And I don't know why I do that. Tell me if you get what I'm saying. Like, do you do that? I don't know. If you have any advice for me, I'd love it. Because I really want to push through this. I want to become the best version of myself. Where I'm at right now. I feel like I've always been able to rise to the best version of myself for where I'm at. And now it's like I'm on like this, I don't know, cusp of greatness, which also sounds disgusting, but like I'm right there. And yet I just can't, I don't know. Something just telling me, Ashley, you can't do it all. You can't do everything. Who do you think you are? Like, I don't know. Anyway, I guess this video is literally right now at 27 minutes. So I should probably go. But I don't know. I wanted to get on here. I wanted to chat more. I want to have more videos that are just a little bit more authentic and aren't just like, here's a tutorial. Because, you know, those are fun, but like it's been a couple years now and it's nice to mix it up. And, you know, again, even on this channel, I want you guys to know me and who I am. And it's what, like, why have a channel, right? If I'm not going to be just regular old me. And if it only gets one view, then it only gets one view. Who cares? But anyway, if you are still here, thanks for watching. I love you. And I don't say it enough. I appreciate every single one of you who take the time to press play and watch. And it does mean a whole hell of a lot to me that you do. And it means even more when you send me a comment. I read every single one of them and I love them. And yeah, so I love you guys. I guess I will see you in the next video. Oh wait, go design a life you love. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.